Hi, guys, it's Dean, and welcome to Dean's Den. Today, I have a very special guest with us in the studio, Jamie Buchanan from Dirty Old Cars and Visual Perfection. And Jamie and I are going to talk about what's going on in the industry, what's going on with Dirty Old Cars, and most importantly, what's going on with Visual Perfection, so we can get caught up with and see what's going on. So, Jamie, how have things been with you guys? Are you guys keeping busy?
It's kind of ironic, man. Usually the week before school, everybody spends their money on their kids, and the next week they're trying to recuperate where they spent too much money on their kids. And then, usually it starts picking up after that. Well, we're starting week 4 and we really haven't saw the rebound. Now we're not we're down, significantly, but we do a lot of cars, so we see the number wise change. So we kind of have to adjust things as we go.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen this. I've seen it on my end too. A lot of people, are letting me know that they're having a hard time. Uh, some guys actually lost their shop because it was really rough for them.
Thing, man.
No,
And the industry, it I know for us, I don't know about everybody else, but chemical supplies, and not just chemical supplies, but everything went up on an average of about 40%.
oh yeah. Well, the
So
shipping is crazy.
yeah, and there's no absorbing, you know what I mean? There's no way around it. Everything is expensive. So you can't
Yeah.
skimp on anything. So it's really, really tough at the moment.
Well, yeah, we're in a tough spot because whether you're working from home like I do, or you're a mobile detailer, or like in your situation where you've got your own shop, it's tough because our costs went up at home and in the shop just like everybody else.
Yeah.
And the minute we raise our prices, people start complaining, but I mean we have to, because if we don't, we're not going to be there for the long run, you know?
No, not at all. We tried to go up minimally, you
Yeah.
know, just so because everything else went up, and we're one of those things. It's a luxury. It's not a something that you have to have.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you got a lot of juggling, you got a lot of balancing to do, man, and
Yeah.
that's what people on the inside, if you have employees, they don't understand that part because they just want to raise and they just want to keep making more money because things are more expensive, but they don't understand how you got to be kind of real tender or real careful in how you go up and how you approach the people because they can just turn it off like that. Even though everybody else has went up too,
Oh yeah.
it's still a luxury.
Well, that's the thing. Like you and I, we have to gas our car up just like everybody else, and we got to buy groceries, and and
Yes.
it's a tough spot, man, because we're getting it at both ends. Like our costs went up huge,
Yep.
and we can't just dump it on the customer. We have to kind of
Mm-mm.
take a little
Shift the
bit.
ball in the cup. Shift
Yeah.
the balls in the cup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Got to keep it all moving, man.
Yeah. Like we took a hit this year because like I can only raise my prices, like you say, you can only raise it so much, right?
Yep,
So
that's
I
right.
raised my prices what I could, but then being in Canada, we had a goofy season because we didn't have decent weather here until June. Like it was like,
Wow.
and I'm in southern Canada. I'm where Northern California is. We're on the same line as them.
Oh wow,
So,
yeah.
yeah, so I mean, normally, we have a beautiful April, a nice May, nice June, and the cars don't stop. But that's not what happened this year. We had a lot of rain this year and a
Hmm.
lot of cool weather. Like it was, 55, 60. It still wasn't feeling like summertime.
Oh wow,
And
yeah.
yeah, and even in June it was bad. And then July, like last July, in this area, everybody goes on vacation.
Hmm.
Well, this year it was reversed. This year everybody was gone on vacation in June, and then July came and we were just swamped.
Yeah.
But it's weird because normally, like in Canada, you make enough money during your 7 months that you're slammed to get you through the winter, so you don't have to worry about it. But
Hmm.
this year, I had to shift gears and do something different because I don't have anything put away, and it's not that I spent it. I mean, I didn't go out and buy myself a Cadillac or something. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I just
It
paid my
just
bills.
it
You
was
know?
absorbed from everywhere, and from the
Yeah.
loss of the revenue to the loss of the customer to the expense going up, there was no There was no middle road there. It just kept kind of like you was dumping it all out of the bucket. And you just couldn't scoop it up.
Well, that's the thing, and like as well as I do, if we don't reinvest in the business, we're going to end up
Yeah.
hurting in the long run. Like I spent in the last 5 years, I spent 75 grand for my little shop at home, just renovating and getting it ready so I could do ceramic coating in a really good environment, have nice lighting, have all the equipment I need to do everything, to get everything so that I actually had a functioning shop. It
Mm-hmm.
cost me a lot of money. And when the customers say to me, "Why do you charge so much?" And I don't charge a lot down here, but to them it is.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
say, I said, look, I don't have a choice because I can't give you this quality of service for any less, or else the service won't exist anymore.
You're right.
I have to charge you what I have to charge you.
Yeah.
But
That's all we can do.
yeah, did you find, like with the TV show, did you find your clientele shifted at all? Like, do
Oh
you?
yeah, yeah, yeah. We get a lot of calls from out of state. We get a lot of calls from 100 miles around.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
we're picking up cars. We're doing a lot of restores, stuff like that, from where we was taking such old cars apart. Like, and we can. So to throw in a plug for my brother-in-law, and my cousin
Okay.
we're actually in together. They have a body shop where they restore old Jeeps and old Jeep trucks, and we have a body shop so we can fix anything. My neighbor beside of me is a mechanic, and the neighbor beside of me on that other side is actually an upholsterer. So like we can do anything that's necessary for a car. So
So,
when you bring it to us, it's a one-stop shop, and everybody
oh, that's
gets
great.
gets a tiny piece. And the good thing about us is you bring me the car for me to clean it, I'm going to pass you to my friends and they're going to take care of it, but I don't mark it up. Whatever they charge, they charge. And if I can
Yeah.
help you, I just help you because you helped me. So why can't I help you? You kept me rolling. You kept my business going good. So I don't want the 10% or 25% or whatever the markup is. I just want you to get a great job because you're going to tell everybody, one, how great it was, but two, how helpful I was. So, man, they want to help you back.
Yeah. See, it's great. It's great that you have that network going because just like the industry itself, I mean, the more of us that work together, the better it is for everybody. We all benefit because you're going to get referrals from your relatives that you're sending work to. They're going to send work to you as well. So it works out really good.
Oh, absolutely. And then we've done the same thing with the same guys for so long. They know we don't upcharge,
Yeah.
so they're saying, "Man, this guy don't even make any money off of me. You need to go see him." You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I don't. They earn their living. They have their trade. They have their skills. So let them get paid for their skill. Why should I get paid to be your friend?
If I see something in the customer, right away there's an opportunity for me to help out somebody else that I know, especially right now, a lot of people are
Mm-hmm.
struggling and they don't want to spend, like, we have, there's phenomenal body shops around, right? But not everybody has that kind of money to go and get their car done
There
at a
you go.
professional body shop. They're just looking for somebody that's can fix it up on the side and do a
And
decent
get it
job,
done.
right? Yeah,
And
get
get
it
it
done.
done, and you can pay the man. So see, we can do
Exactly.
we can do either or. We can do a professional restore, or we
Yeah.
can say, "Oh, that's how much you got to fix that." Well, okay, here's what it'll cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And something too, we have a tenor within about 4 minutes of us that we've used for 6 or 7 years. And actually, on Monday, we're getting ready to start wrapping cars. I've got a young guy coming in. He's about 27. He's done it for about 5 years. He's moving in from another town, and so we're going to start wrapping cars and doing all those things as well. So that's going to be another add-on for where we are.
Yeah. A friend of mine from Macedonia is opening a shop in Detroit, so he's going to be like just across the border from us.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually, we might start working something out with him
Oh
because
yeah.
he does PPF,
Mm.
and the stuff he gets, like in Europe, they have access to stuff that we don't even have over here that I know of anyway.
Yeah.
They just came up with a brand new PPF that actually has a ceramic coating built into the PPF.
I've heard of
So
that.
like,
I haven't saw it yet, but I've heard of
yeah,
it.
so you don't have to go and put the coating on afterwards. It's already in the material. Like, I don't know if you have to recoat it after a certain period of time. I'm not sure the whole scenario of it, but
Yeah.
But yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I mean, the fact that you can lay on PPF and not have to go and ceramic that one piece of the vehicle,
Hmm.
it saves us a lot of time, and
Absolutely.
it saves the customer some money as well because, we can cut them a bit of a deal if we're not using as much material in that on the car. We
For
can
sure.
save them a little bit of money. Anyway, what what is going on with dirty old cars that you can share with us? Because I was actually considering. I think I might put this on the fan group if that's okay with you, since you're one of the
Hmm.
chairmen of the board there.
Absolutely. So we were told that it's been put up on a shelf right now, just
Okay.
because Hollywood's on kind of a strike. The Writers Guild, all the actors, everything's kind of shut down. They're not re-upping anything. They're
Okay.
trying to get it all figured out and use everything that they have.
Okay.
Um, but I do know, and I know it's public trade and it's public knowledge that Discovery A and E and Discovery A and History were all bought by Warner Brothers and basically etched because they're trying to go from TV to streaming.
Oh, that'll be cool.
Warner Brothers is trying to take television to streaming because
Okay.
everybody's going away from television.
Yeah, that you know what, that might be a really good move because that way everybody can watch your show on their phone. They can watch it. They can watch it anywhere.
That's it.
So
That's what they're going. That's what they're going for and going to do. And
okay.
it was a beta test to see how people liked it, see how people were generated and drawn to it. And there'll be something coming out in the future. Just not can't really say a whole lot, but there'll be some things coming out in the future whenever things are allowed to. How's that?
Okay, that's cool. No, that's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Yeah. Whenever you have any information that's declassified, by all means, put it up on the group and let me know when things are moving forward, and then I can start pumping the show up again and getting more people involved.
Great,
But I
great.
was I was glad to hear from you that that all our efforts weren't in vain. That we actually
We did good. They were very
made some
appreciative
movement.
of all of our efforts and everything that we
Yeah.
did. So it was really good.
Well, I'm glad because you know what it. That's the thing. The detailing community is all about helping each other, and just you guys being on that show is fantastic. I mean, it's helped us huge because uh, I've used that with my customers as a reference and told them, "Oh yeah, like I know some of the guys that are actually on the show," and they're like, "Are you kidding me?" I said, "I haven't met them in person, but I do know them through my
Yeah,
detailing community, right?" And
yeah.
they go home and they watch it and they're like, "Wow, can you do that stuff?" I said, "Well, yeah, I can do that, like because I learned." And then they start looking more and checking more stuff out online, and then they learn more about me and they learn more about the different products we're using, and then
Hmm.
then they're more comfortable opening their wallet up and spending the money. Like,
That's right. That's
you
right.
know,
Because they're like, wow. I mean, these guys really know what they're doing and they're
oh
very
yeah.
professional. They have all these tools, but they have all this knowledge as well. So it's like, man,
Well, I learned that, I actually learned some stuff watching you guys. Like, I do things a little differently here, but I mean, I was amazed. Some of the stuff that all of you guys use to get rid of smells out of cars and stuff like that, I was just amazed. Like, I never would have thought of using charcoal or
hmm,
or peelings. I think it was lemon and orange peelings or something that
yep. So
Jeremy
it can
used.
absorb it. Yep. Yep.
That's awesome. Like, I never would have thought of using that, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, like normally down here, just grab the ozone machine, right?
Right.
But but in your case, I mean, that's a lot cheaper. And if
Yeah,
it
it
works,
is.
at the end of the day, man, I mean, if the thing's clean and it smells great, I mean, that's the goal, right?
That's the end result. That's what they're looking
Yeah,
for. So
yeah.
true.
No,
So true, man. So,
and yeah, it'll be nice once you guys get back in motion again. That'll be fantastic.
hmm,
Because maybe,
we've been doing other things as well. We've really got into, and look, I can tell you 100% until this year, I am not social media acclimated,
yeah.
but we've actually started. We've hired people to do our social media, and now we're up to 10.5 thousand subscribers on our channel.
Wow.
Yeah, and like that's within the last 5 or 6 months. We
Oh,
started
that's
with about
great.
900. And now we just started doing long form, so that's coming. So We and everything's been organic. We've not paid for anything. We've just
Yeah.
been consistent, learning the algorithms, learning what they're looking for, being
Yeah.
consistent in our posting. And it's really made a huge difference. Like it's really starting to come on really fast now. So that's helped us a lot.
Well, I know when when you and I kicked off the idea of starting the fan club for Dirty Old Cars, we only had a handful of us, and then
Yeah.
Jeremy got involved and
Hmm.
everybody else, Aaron started coming on board and stuff, and it was great. Like now we've got 1,400 people there chomping at the bit, waiting for the show to come back. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's cool, but at least we can pop this up there, and you know what? Um, Maybe if you have time, maybe you and I can get together once in a while and do an
Yeah. We
update.
can do an
You know,
update, check it out, tell what's
yeah,
going on, all kind of
yeah,
stuff. Yeah, I would love it.
yeah. Anytime you have any information that you can share, just
Hmm.
reach out to me, man, and I'll turn on the microphone and we'll knock off another podcast and let people know what's going on. I think this is actually a great way of getting it out there.
Yeah.
And
Agreed. Agreed.
yeah, and you know what? Not to plug somebody else, but I was gonna say, uh, whenever you have information, if you share it with Alex Russell too, Alex is just huge out there,
Yeah.
and like I'm a little fish in the pond. Alex is a shark in the pond. So I mean, if we get Alex involved, it's great for everybody involved because he is out there. Everybody knows who he is, and if
Hmm.
you don't know who he is, you need to check him out. But anyway, getting back to what we're talking about. Uh, this year has been rough for a lot of people,
Yep.
and I can't stress this enough. But if you're watching this podcast right now, Jamie will back me up on this. You guys have got to hang on to your money, especially if you're in the northern states or you're in Canada and you're watching this. You guys really need to tighten up your belt and hang on to every dime you make because it's going to be a rough winter. They're calling for a hell of a lot of snow up here in Canada. I
Mm.
don't know about the northern states, but I don't imagine you guys are going to fall far behind us. I'm pretty sure you guys are getting a whack of snow too.
Yeah, from what they're showing, the higher elevations from us are calling for big snowfall. But where
Yeah.
we are, man, there's not a whole lot. Sometimes we'll get a stray big storm, but other than that, the snowfall is very minimal here.
Yeah. And same with, you know, like our friends out in Florida and California, they're not as affected as we are by the winter time, and out in Texas too. I mean, those guys are far enough south that, it doesn't their winter and our winter are totally different things. So,
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, because I can't. That's the thing. I can't run my shop 24/7. Like if it's 50 degrees outside and the snow's melted, I'll get customers coming in to get their cars washed because I have some customers that don't want anybody touching their car. They don't want to take it to an automatic car wash. They don't want to go through a drive-through. They
Yeah.
only let me touch it. So I do have that little bit coming in through the wintertime, but it's not enough to
No, no,
get me through the winter.
no. It's not enough to survive or maintain.
No.
Nope.
And like I've tried everything. Okay. I tried an online store and it's very difficult because right now for me to continue on with what I was doing, it costs so much to ship everything from the United States into Canada.
Yeah.
It's not feasible for a lot of us. Like you have to be moving like 100 grand a year worth of product in order to make it worth your while. Like it's not worth it,
No, no.
you
All the
know?
fees and everybody's hands that it has to touch, plus the shippers and the
Oh
people that
yeah.
are making it. It's like,
Well,
that's why most people give up. You got to
yeah.
keep, you got to get it built up so much that that little
Yeah.
is adding up.
Well, at the end of the day, like customs takes their cut. Uh, you know, everybody wants a taste, So by the time it arrives to you, like the shipper takes their cut, the tax man takes his cut. You got it. Like up here, we have to pay HST, which is 13%. I mean, this is all stuff that you know is very big stumbling blocks for us. So for us to resell product in Canada, unless you're a multi-million dollar corporation with a huge warehouse, it's not worth it. Like it's very, very tough. Before COVID, it was a different story.
Oh yeah, it's changed like it's a whole new game, and nobody's told us the rules. We're having to make up the
Yeah,
rules as we go right now.
yeah.
because it's not consistent anymore.
Well, that's why like it's so important that at least we have a lot of us that we can reach out to and check
Hmm.
our watch and see if they're in the same situation, and
Yeah,
it helps because if you can reach out to people that are in the same situation that you are, it doesn't make your situation any better, but at least you're not alone, you
that's
know?
right. That's right. Because we'll all look inward and be like, nobody else is struggling. Nobody else is work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nothing. And you're like, no, there is, man. And you can talk about it, and you can just put one foot. You just got to keep walking till you walk out of the rain.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're very lucky because um like certain people like you're very established. Some businesses are very established in detailing. So
Hmm.
they can get through this rough patch that we're going through right now.
Yeah,
But
buddy.
but man, like a good friend of mine, uh like he's feeling the pinch, because he's got a shop and it's tough. Like he's doing a fantastic job, don't get me wrong. Like the business is booming and doing well, but he's feeling it because it's been a big change. Like from just 1 year,
Yeah, yeah.
the economy has slapped us all in the face and it's been
Oh, yeah,
tough.
yeah. It's been hard for everybody, man.
Yeah.
It's been hard
Well,
for everybody.
like hopefully, like, you know, 2 years from now, this won't be the same issue. Like, but that's a long stretch to go.
It
As-
is, man. But we're halfway through.
Yep.
We're halfway through. We're halfway through, my friend.
Yeah. Well,
So
that's the
yeah,
thing. We'll get there if we all stick together and we use our heads. We're gonna get there. And the thing is, too, by all means, if you're struggling out and you're listening to this, if you guys are struggling, reach out to uh, the Detailers Guild, reach out to the groups, and get some advice because there may be ways that you can uh, save yourself some money, save yourself
hmm,
some outgoing money from your shop, and ride
hmm.
ride out the storm.
Well, that's what we're supposed to do is help each other, man. We're on the same team.
Well, that's it.
We're on the same team to help each other and to grow the industry, to
Oh
grow
yeah,
our businesses. And look, the wild thing is, man, there is so much out there, and there's plenty for everybody.
yeah,
Plenty, at least where I am. And look, I'm in a small town. And
yeah,
there's a group of guys, man. There's two guys, man, that have a shop. Look, we talk every other day. They're asking questions. What do you use? How do you do this? And I'll ask them questions as, what'd you use on that? And man, I seen you post it. It's, man, we're helping each other and we're creating that environment to where it's a safe environment and there's no egos, there's no pride. Look, we're all
yeah.
working for the same objective. We're here to take care of the customers and we're here to promote the industry.
Well, that's the thing. Like you and I could never sit back and watch somebody, washing a car with a garden hose and clean it with toothbrushes. Like I mean, we're decent enough people that we would say, there is an easier way to do that.
Yeah, yeah, for
And
sure.
not to insult them, but just say, hey, man, I want to see you succeed. And
For sure.
I like I know you wanted to go to the meet and greet in Chicago, and because you had prior engagements, you couldn't go.
Mm-mm.
But man, I'm telling you, I went there, and everybody in that room was all on board, and they all want to help people. They're all
Yep.
the same cut of cloth, and it's great because there was so much positive energy when I went to that meet and greet that it was just phenomenal. I mean, everybody there really wants to promote each other, and hopefully, like when you guys get back on the air, any which way or form it happens, we can get more cooperative stuff going on, and we can get more guys working together and helping each other because it would be
Yeah.
great.
God, it would be so great, man. It would be.
Yeah, because I've had a lot of conversations with you, not on air, but
Yeah, we've talked
back
a
and
lot,
forth.
man.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have.
It's it's good though because I get a fantastic feeling when I know I've helped somebody, and I know you really appreciate it. And you know
Oh
what?
my.
It's nice that I can reach out to you if I run into something. You know, I can reach out to you, and you can give me some inside information, eh?
Yeah.
And it's great. Like that's what it's all about is helping each other because the more professional detailers we get out there doing it the right way, the more value we add to the entire industry as a whole. And,
Hmm.
you know, that way we don't have to be going around with a tin cup, picking up nickels and dimes.
Yep.
We can go around with a billboard and bring in the real money.
That's right. Amen on
This
that, buddy.
the other day you sent me two pictures of stuff that you're putting in the shop. Now,
Hmm.
is that classified or is that
Nope, nope. We're
okay?
working. So we're working on a system.
Okay.
And if you wanna post it out there and share it, that's great. We're working on a system that kind of does away with spray bottles and does away with foam cannons, and because these things are actually foaming tips on our hoses.
Okay.
Like, so if you look at that picture I showed you, there's coil hoses on the bottom, so that does away with your spray bottles of all purpose, interior cleaner, and our precision tire and rim, which is a heavy duty cleaner.
Yeah.
And then the hose reels are a car wash, a hybrid ceramic treatment after you wash, a high pH and a low pH. And look, you turn the valve, and look, I don't care how big the car is or how small the car is, I can foam it in 8 seconds and I'm ready to work. So you imagine how much time that cuts down. Those chemicals are working while I am rubbing and scrubbing. And breaking it down through this, it's called Lafferty is the name of the company.
Okay.
The way that it's broken down is like 70 to 1. So you think I buy a 55-gallon drum and I get 70 out of that. And but now it's pricey in the beginning, but
Okay.
over the long haul, I will save twice as much as I paid for the system in 1 year through my
Wow.
chemicals. And that's not even including my time saved on labor and waste. My labor of pumping it out, filling it up, breaking it down, cutting it down to the right mixture, what they spill in the floor, how much time they goof off between the time they carry it back there to fill it up. This here is you push the button, it's fire in the hole. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's going to save you a lot of time.
Goodness, time and money and bottom line.
Yeah.
So I'm tripling the value of this thing within the first year.
Yeah, because there's no waste,
No waste.
you
There's
know?
zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's zero waste, man.
We have a big sprayer for our citrus, right? Because
Yeah,
that's like the thing we use it to foam up the floor mats, to foam up the tires, and it's so nice to just fill that once a day and not have to go and like you say, fill a bottle. You're filling a bottle every 20 minutes. Like that's a pain, to keep
agreed.
refilling bottles all the time and
Mhm.
or you start your morning and you got to fill everything up in the morning. That's a lot of work.
Oh yeah, and you got to figure out who laid what where, and
Oh
where did you
man.
sit it when you got done working with it.
Are you going to do a walkthrough one day with us and show what you got set up in there?
Yeah, we will definitely do that. I'll my
Okay.
my social media content creator, he'll be there Wednesday. I'll actually send him a message and say, "Hey, look, I think this will be beneficial for the industry. Let's post this thing." And boy,
Yeah,
he'll be all
definitely.
about that.
Yeah, definitely. Like for a little guy like me, like I don't think I would benefit because we only do 1 or 2 cars a day. We're not a
Yeah.
bigger shop, but
Hmm.
we do have a ton of people that I know that are in the detailers guild that have big shops, and that would
Hmm.
definitely save them a lot of grief because it's all at the end of the day, it's all about getting the job done for the least amount of output. Like you don't want to have to bust your butt wasting time filling bottles. Like
Hmm.
you don't want to do that. You want to spend the money where you need to.
Yeah, agreed. Totally
It's
agreed.
yeah, wasting it on labor and chemical waste it's not it doesn't make any sense. That makes a
No.
lot of sense. That system you have, that's beautiful.
Oh wow, yeah, I can't wait to show you. And that was a great idea. I hadn't thought of that, but I will definitely do a walkthrough of that thing and show everybody because wow.
Yeah.
And we have it's a 30-foot coil hose.
Okay.
So man, you grab it, you whenever you're ready to spray the tire, you push the gun and it goes, man. It's kind of like a NASCAR. Whenever they got that gun and they're taking off the tires, that's how kind of how it is using these things. You just walk around the car, you can spray the bottom, spray the bugs, spray the rash guard, spray the wheels, spray in the fender wells, and you're ready to go to the next one. You're ready for the next product already.
What kind of compressor are you using? You guys got a heavy duty compressor in there?
We do. We have an 80-gallon, 6 horsepower Ingersoll Rand in the back
Okay.
that runs it. Yeah, but now you'll find it funny. Now it only takes about 15 psi to 20 psi to suck the chemical out of the drums, and
Okay.
then the suction that the air pushes it,
Mhm.
the pressure washer pulls it, because it's pulling it in so it can mix the chemical as it's coming out.
Okay.
And then so that's how the water breaks it down and it goes through and it never runs out. We actually have these three containers in the back that breaks it down for us at 10 to 1, 4 to 1, and 60 to 1 on the PTR.
Well, that's
And then
fantastic.
so it's kind of like a fish bowl, and then that's what it sucks out of, so you never run out of hot water, so to speak. You never run out of chemical.
I was gonna say to you, I don't know if you guys have this or not. Do you guys have a separate storage tank for your air?
No,
Okay,
no, we
because
just have an 80-gallon tank, and that's it.
okay, because what I did was in my house, I didn't have enough room for a big tank, right? So what I did was I've actually got 60 gallons of compressed air in my house. But how I did it was I've got two smaller units that run quiet that fill a giant tank that's in my basement. Plus I have over 400 feet of airline,
Yeah.
all holding compressed air. So for my little shop, I've managed to figure out a way of keeping it quiet in the shop because I'm right in a neighborhood. I'm not in a
Mm-hmm.
commercial area. I work out of my house.
Yeah.
So what I did was I did that to keep it quiet, but now my compressor barely comes on because once it fills that tank, it's
Mm-hmm.
quiet for about 15 minutes. You don't hear anything running, and when you do hear it running, it's just a little tiny compressor, and you barely hear it.
Wow, that's ingenious, my friend.
Well, we did that, and the other thing we did too, Jamie. I don't know how you guys are set up, but we went and took our shop back, and it's underneath the stairs of my house with the door closed. So we connected that to the old. We had a central vac unit in this house at one time, and everything broke on it, wasn't working. So what I did was there was still a line that was going out to the garage. So I capped everything else, and the line that goes out to the garage, I just hooked it up to the shop vac. So my vacuum line, my hose is out in the garage, but there's no
Mm-hmm.
noise, and I can actually control the vacuum cleaner with my phone. So I'm in the garage and I can turn my vacuum on from my phone. I don't have to come in the house,
Yeah.
turn the vacuum on, and walk outside. And there's no noise in the garage. So like
Yeah. I think
like
the cartoon The Jetsons did something like that many years ago. I think you're
well
way ahead of your time.
the thing is, I'm in a situation where if I make a lot of noise, I'm gonna have
Yeah.
problems, right?
Yeah.
So the only thing I have that makes any noise is my tornado guns.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I mean, you can't make them any quieter, you know.
I know.
But
You
I mean,
need to find you one. You need to find you one of them guns that Clint Eastwood used to have, and find a silencer.
yeah, yeah. If we
Yeah.
invent a silencer, you and I would be rich.
Ooh, we would be loaded, man. That would
Yeah,
be good. And it's been
yeah,
going.
yeah.
It
That's
wouldn't
the
even make no sound.
yeah. That's the only thing that makes any noise. Like even my power washer. I have an electric power washer. I got it from Adams, and I'm not sponsored by Adams, but I'm just saying I got an electric one,
Yep.
and it's 2,500 psi, two point. I think it's 2.4 gallons a minute, but it's great. I mean, I have to turn it down to 1250, so I'm not blowing the paint off the cars. But I mean, it doesn't make any noise. It's quiet,
That's nice.
you know.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it depends on your situation. I mean, if you're mobile, if you're making a little bit of noise, people will tolerate it because you're just there, for the day or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the quieter you make your setup and the quieter your shop is,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you're in an area like I am, the
Oh
better off
yeah.
you are.
Yeah, and they know you're trying to do the right thing, and they know you're trying to be accommodating. So they're
Yeah.
really not going to say a whole lot because you're really going out of your way to be kind and courteous.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's nice too because I have like the way I've got it set up, I've got a security camera outside.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm done the car, I can leave the car out in the driveway and I can lock it up with the keys in it because the customers usually have their own set of keys.
Mm-hmm.
So I lock it up outside and then it's right underneath the camera. I keep an eye on it. We have some downtime when we're working on cars. The car's either sitting there drying or it's running the ozone machine or we're waiting for the ceramic coating to set up. So there is some downtime, and we don't have to be physically in the shop just hanging around watching, basically paint dry.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
you don't have to do that.
You're technologically advanced up there, Dean.
Well,
I mean,
I
goodness.
well the thing is, a lot of a lot of the things that I do, I learned from watching other people. And Andrew St. Pierre is the one that showed me how to turn on the vacuum and stuff from my phone. He says, "I bought you something." I said, "You bought me something?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, you know. I said, "What is this?" And he shows me this. It's just a little plug. And he said, "You plug it in the wall." I had no clue, man. I said, "Well, what's that for?" He goes, "I'll show you." I said, "Okay." He goes, "Where's your vacuum plugged in?" I'm like, "Downstairs in the hallway." Okay. So we go downstairs and I show him. So he unplugs it and he plugs it in this little box, right? I had no idea what this little box is. He goes, "Can I see your phone?" I said, "Yeah." So he downloads this app and then he opens it and then he says, "Okay, you see this?" Yeah. He goes, "I'm going to put vacuum on it." So he types in vacuum. I'm like, "Okay." And then he hits a little button next to it and all of a sudden my vacuum cleaner turns on. I said, "You got to be kidding me, man." Like, that's the thing. Like, there's so much information that's out there.
I tell everybody we're in a small swimming pool of 17,000 people, and like we get calls from anywhere and everywhere, and people know your name.
That's,
But the thing is,
yeah,
32 years, man. I'm just started my 32nd year of doing the same thing. I mean, how many people can say they're fortunate enough to do what they love and help people for that long a period of time and be successful?
yeah. Well, I'm lucky.
So
I've been doing it for 35 now.
yes, sir. That
So,
is great. Great, man.
well, I mean, I haven't always been totally successful, but I managed to turn a profit every year. So I guess I must be
That's
doing something
success, my
right.
man. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're taking care of people and making a little bit of money. You're doing great.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm hoping as the business grows, like we've learned a lot. I mean, in the last while, Ivan LaCroix came and taught us, myself and Andrew St. Pierre, and it was worth every penny. That was a huge launching pad for us because it helped a lot,
Yeah.
especially when you're working on classic cars and you're working on stuff that it's somebody's baby. It's huge when you can throw his name out there and say he trained us right here in this shop. It holds a lot of weight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you have to stay current. You have to keep evolving because, like you say, you've got a customer base there of 17,000 people, and not every
Hmm.
one of those 17,000 has a car. So I mean, you have to reach outside your location to get customers.
You do, man. You
Yeah.
do. It's crazy,
See, and
but it's
where
fun.
yeah, where we live, it's they call this a small city, right? But if you take in all of Essex County, which is about a half-hour drive in either direction, that whole circle there is about 400,000 people, and
Hmm.
they call that a small city.
Wow. Okay.
And in our area, there's only 30 detailers that are advertising.
Wow.
So it doesn't take a lot to get noticed
No.
at very quickly when you have that many people. So it's
Hmm.
it's kind of nice because, uh, like in our area, I don't have to worry a lot about finding customers, except like when the economy takes a turn because everybody gets hit. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on. This has been fantastic, and hopefully, uh, everybody out there tunes in, watches this, and learns something.
Yeah.
How does everybody get a hold of you if they need to get a hold of you to reach out and say thank you, or to reach out and ask you some questions? What's the easiest way for them to get a hold of you?
Probably Facebook, to be honest. You
Okay.
go out to Visual Perfection Official, subscribe, like, how all that stuff works. And we usually try to respond to all the comments and the questions. And we try to, if there's a certain thing that they're having trouble with, like a lot of people are asking, what's the best headliner cleaner? How do you clean a headlight? We get all kind of questions. So we try to listen to the people, and we really try to listen to the detail community. And then we try to post something that they're asking questions about. Like we
Okay.
just had a question about buffers and orbitals. What's the best? What do you use? What do you think I should start with? So, man, we love to help and love to kind of give you some tips and tricks, so to speak, so you can kind of dive right in there and you don't waste your money on a lot of stuff.
I can't thank you enough, Jamie. It means a lot to me, and especially uh, when you sit down, with any of the guys from the show or any of your buddies down there. Just I can't thank them enough because everything you guys do is pounding the pavement for all of us out there, and I really, really appreciate you guys bringing this to the forefront.
Man, it
You
was
know,
love it. I thank you for that, man, and I'm in the
no problem.
trenches with you. I love it, man. I love
Well,
it,
hopefully one day I can get down to North Carolina. We can hang out and pound out some details. That would be really
bro. I
cool.
would love it. It would bless my heart.
Yeah.
Yes,
Or who
sir.
knows?
Listen,
Maybe we can go hang out with Rennie Doyle one day and go knock off an airplane.
Day, I would be grateful. I would be grateful
Yeah.
again for sure.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
There's a lot of awesome people in the community, and if you guys watching this haven't uh, dipped your toes yet in the detailing community, definitely get out there, guys. There's so many wonderful people out there helping
Mm-hmm.
all of us in front of the camera and behind the camera. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, Jamie helps a lot behind the scenes too, uh, not just in front of the camera. So that's one of the reasons I really wanted to have him on. And nobody that I know has anything bad to say about you, Jamie, just so you know that. Everybody
Oh,
has only
good,
good things to
man.
say about you.
Good. I
Yeah.
love all the guys, man. I just like to help, man. That's it.
Oh
That's my
yeah.
personality, and that's who I am. So that's
Yeah.
great, man. That's
Yeah.
great.
Everybody I've talked to, they really like you a lot. And it's going to be great. The more things we can do together, the more people we can get together and work together, the better
Mm-hmm.
off we're all going to be. So, anyways, I'm just going to end it there. And thank you, Jamie. I cannot thank you enough for coming on the show. Okay.
Man, I enjoyed it. I look forward to the next time and talking to you, my friend.
Anytime you've got any news for me, just reach out and I will definitely get you on the air and we'll get it out there. And like I said, make sure to share it with Alex Russell as well, because Alex is awesome and he's got the,
Yeah.
the whole community's ear. So, you
Okay.
know, if you got something good to share it with them too. Okay.
I'll
Have
do
a,
it, my man. You have a good one.
you have a great night, sir. Thank you very
Yes,
much.
sir. See you,
Okay.
bud. Yeah,
All right.
man.
Bye.
See you.